Hello, it's Nancy. Thank you for the opportunity to share some thoughts with you. This election is crucial. Nothing less is at stake than our democracy. But as we say, we don't agonize, we organize. And that is why I am running for re-election to Congress and respectfully seek your support. I would be greatly honored by it and grateful for it. Thank you so much.
Been doing that since 1987, and it's worked. It's unbelievable. John Dennis is the chairman of the San Francisco Republican Party, God love him, and running against Nancy Pelosi in her congressional seat in San Francisco. John, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Grateful you're here. Thanks for fighting the fight. Tell me about her district, right? Nancy is a national politician, but she represents a district. What is this district in San Francisco?
It's about 3/4 of the city, the entire city.
Wow.
Except the southwest corner. It's comprised of, folks who are on the left, but also a very strong business community. When I first moved here 30 years ago, there was also a really strong labor element, the Democrat Party that was driven by labor interests and that sort of thing. But those folks have largely been gentrified out of the city and replaced with sort of effete, liberal educated people want to, affect their experiments, their social experiments on San Franciscans.
Yeah, how has that district changed since 1987 and your 30 years of being there? And how could they still vote for Nancy? What do they still see in Nancy, even as opposed to any other Democrat, right? That's the other thing too. Like, okay, if they want to vote for Democrats, okay, but why her? What does she bring to this district that they like?
Well, let me answer the first question briefly. I mean, it's changed, like I said, in the sense that it's been really gentrified, and then you've had a lot of progressives move to the city, and the sort of the working class Democrats, the blue collar Democrats, move out. And with those folks moving in, there's been a lot of wealth and a lot of guilt, and people wanting to do more than they ought to save the world. Mm-hmm. And Nancy Pelosi's, played up to that. And why do people keep voting for her? Well, it's like, I think the reelection rate of the average congressman or woman is about 94%. It's just the way things are. People identify with the fights that she picks. Like, for example, recently, this trip to Taiwan. It was a very dangerous and completely unnecessary step to take. She has still not told us a specific or a credible reason why she went to and put so many of us in jeopardy. But here, people like that. People think that, she picked a fight with the giant and they backed down, and that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. But in the meantime, what they're forgetting to look at is, you ask how the district has changed. Aside from the progressives moving in, we have a level of homelessness that would shock the third world. We have now so many vacant buildings, businesses moving out. The city's actually facing real trouble, real turmoil moving forward, because people are not going back to work into really expensive buildings. And if those buildings get marked down in prices, then property taxes are going to go down. And we're going to see San Francisco in a way that people have never seen it before.
Hey, thanks for watching that whole clip. Keep watching this special, because I guarantee you, by the end of it, in the middle of it, you will have such a greater understanding of Nancy Pelosi and how she got here. And almost, I don't want to say an appreciation, that's not quite right, but you'll definitely get it. It's odd. That's our special. Go watch the rest of it on thefirsttv.com.